Good morning. I am Elizabeth from Awaken with Elizabeth, and welcome to your morning yin practice. This class is all about getting fresh out of bed. Maybe you're about to start your day. You've had coffee, you haven't had coffee, but you need to just move the body and get ready to cultivate some energy, some movement within you to start your day. So for this class, we're going to use our mat and 2 blocks. So those will assist us in some of the poses that we will be in for about 3 to 5 minutes. So go ahead and get those, and I'll meet you on the mat. I'm going to start today in Shavasana, our corpse pose. So go ahead, lay down, get comfortable, palms to the sky, feet sprayed out. Maybe you just rolled out of bed like me and you're coming to the mat. Just sensing where your body and your mind are right now. Starting with the head, releasing any tension with every inhale. Loosening the muscles in the face and the jaw. Feel free to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And coming to the shoulders and the neck. Is there anything tight there? If there is, inhale, exhale, release to those places. Noticing your right arm. Your left arm. Coming to the spine. Feeling where it meets the earth plane. And feeling where the tailbone hits the earth. Any tightness with every inhale, breathe some release to those places. Noticing your left leg. And then your right leg. And just feeling the whole body. Maybe you didn't sleep well, and that's okay. We're coming here and now to your practice to stretch the whole body and wake up. If your mind starts wandering and racing, just come back to your breath and your body. Don't worry about everything you have to do today. Just worry about right here, right now. We'll be here for about 10 more deep breaths. And just relax. Now reaching for your block. Kept mine out of the way, sorry. You're going to take it on its lowest level here. And we're going to place that right underneath our tailbone. And you feel where it's perfect for you. It'll be in between where the tailbone is and then where that meaty part of our butt is. And we're just going to be in a supported bridge pose. Hands can be up or down, whatever's comfortable for you. We'll just settle in, helping to release some of the tension our body's holding from this night. Tuning into your breath. Keeping our feet firm on the floor. Our back and butt are supported by our block. If you want to go even deeper, you can lift your block to the medium height. That can be a little bit too much sometimes in the morning for some. If the block does not feel good, feel free to remove it. You can hold your body up in the air in a bridge pose. Since we'll be here for a while, I suggest using the block. And just settle in. Keep breathing, steady inhales and exhales. Seeing if you can release the body even more into this pose and just letting go. Keeping the legs active so the knees don't spray out or in. Keeping them straight up to the sky, feet planted into the ground. About 1 more minute here. Keep breathing in and exhale out. And to come out of this, we're going to plant our feet into the ground, pushing our weight up into our hips, into the ceiling, removing our block off to the side. We're going to stay active in this bridge pose, bringing our heels a little bit closer to us. Feel free to ground your hands into the ground for a little bit more support. We're now in the full bridge pose, waking up our body even more. Grounding our left foot into the ground with all four corners. Let's lift our right leg to the sky, keeping a bend in our knee. 30 seconds here. And just fire up the body. Pushing our foot into the ground, our left thigh up to the sky. Maybe you're shaky, maybe you're wobbly. If this is too much, feel free to lower. 10, 9, 2 more breaths. Go ahead and lower your right leg to the ground, keeping your pelvis into the sky, into bridge pose, and switch your left leg up to the sky. Using your right foot and your hands planted into the ground firmly to support us. Feel that fire within turning on. Keep going. 5 more breaths here. You got this. And lower your foot. Lower your pelvis. Maybe shake it out. Feel what now is awoken within your body. Go ahead and turn to one side in fetal position. Plant your left or right hand, depending on what side you're in, into the ground, coming up into our seated position. Now, for this, you're going to want both blocks. We're going to sit in our seated triangle pose. And our blocks are going to be to rest and support for our elbows. If you've been up for a while or you're more flexible, I'm very tight in the morning in my hamstrings and legs, so blocks for me it is. So for this, we're going to start in the center. We'll be here for about 3 minutes, so go ahead and grab your blocks. I like them on this medium side. We're just going to put our forearms right on the blocks, coming into our folded, seated posture. Go ahead and lower your eyes if you wish, keeping the legs engaged, toes to the sky. And find where is a good position for you. Maybe start closer to you, and as we get into this pose, you can melt forward more. And just find stillness within the pose, waking up the body. Tapping into your inhale and your exhale breaths if you feel like it is getting harder for you. And always permission to come out of the pose if it's too much for you. So finding stillness in this full posture. Engaging the legs, knees and toes to the ceiling, the sky. Feel free to drop your head all the way. Maybe keep it up a bit, whatever feels good for you right now in this moment. Maybe you feel some tightness, some soreness in your back. Just inhale all that energy to that spot that needs a little more release with the exhale. Focusing on the breath, not worrying about anything else. Breathing. About halfway there, so feel free to lower if you wish to go into the pose more, waking up your body and stretching even more, your legs, your back, your hips. Your hands can be up, down, steeple. And just finding space within your body today. And taking 10 more breaths here. With each breath, see if on the exhale you can go just a little bit deeper into the pose, firing up energy within your whole body. Inhale for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your hands to your blocks, slowly pushing your body back up. Now we're going to take our blocks over to the right side. Place one on either side of your knee. And I like mine on my medium height to start. Sometimes if it's really stiff and sore from a workout, a long day yesterday, I will actually keep it on its highest level. And then as I melt into the pose, I will lower them. I think today I'm good with the medium. So pick what height you want. And we're just going to tilt our top half over our right knee, forearms on the blocks, bringing the ground closer to us. If you're very flexible, you can go ahead and go on to the lower, or maybe if you don't want to be on the ground. And same thing, feel free to just drop the head, keep it elevated, look at your knee, at your nose, close your eyes, whatever feels good for you. And just sink into this posture. Keeping our legs active, toes to the sky. And feel some shaking or trembling, maybe. Feeling your body turning on, creating heat and energy. About halfway there, feel free to change the level of the blocks if you want. Come out of it if this is too much for you. And just noticing what you need right here. And a couple more breaths here. Inhale through the nose. And feel free to sigh it out, releasing any stiffness from the night of sleep you had before. Getting ready to step into your day. And we'll plant our hands and just slowly come back up to that front posture. Taking our blocks over to the left side to repeat. Bend over the left hip. One block on either side of the knee. And just settle into this side. Maybe you feel it on the right side of your ribs now. Concentrating on your breath. Inhale and exhale, steady. Finding stillness. Maybe the side's a little bit tighter, and that's okay. One side usually is tighter than the other. About halfway there. Maybe try lowering the blocks and seeing if that feels good for you. Feeling the stretch in your side bodies. Keeping both seat bones on the ground. And last 10 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the full potential of this full body stretch. Last 2. And planting your hands on your blocks, the ground, and slowly coming up out of it. Finding that middle. Blocks can be put to the side. Now we're going to plant our hands behind us. Palms, fingertips facing back. Palms are on the ground. Our wrists are towards our back. And we're just going to windshield wiper the legs now. Whew, that feels good. Bringing some movement, blood back into those hips. Feel free to go fast or slow, whatever you need right now. Hold it to one side. Keeping our chest up to the sky, over to the other. Ooh, I know windshield wiper feels amazing in the morning. Now we're going to come over to our tabletop position. Keeping our hands and knees grounded into the ground. We're going to thread the needle, one of my favorite poses to wake up in the morning. Our hands are shoulder width apart. We're going to lift our right hand to the sky with an inhale. Couple seconds here, feeling it stretch. And exhale, our right hand comes through the left side underneath our left shoulder, planting our right ear to the ground. Tailbone to the sky. Permission to stay here. Or what I really like to do to get deeper is extend this left hand out in front. And just settle in, breathing out. Noticing any sensations you feel in this pose. Your right palm is to the sky. Left palm is in the ground. And our whole body is active here. Feet, tops of feet planted into the ground, supporting us. And just finding stillness. And feel free to close the eyes or stare at one point. Halfway there. Melting even more into this pose with every inhale and exhale. And 10 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, side out. And on our next inhale, we're going to plant our left hand right in front of our face. Exhale and inhale, reach your right hand back up to the sky. Ooh, feeling that nice stretch. Maybe you can open up the shoulders a little bit more this time. And exhale, right hand to the mat. Now we're going to do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, left hand high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, melt it down. Left ear to the mat. And once you're settled, go ahead and extend the right hand or keep it supported by your face. If your hand is bent, make sure your elbow is up to the sky and staying active. Tailbone to the sky, tops of the feet into the ground. Right hand supports the body, pushing into the ground. And remembering with every breath, just release and let go a little bit more. Stretching and waking up the whole body. Halfway there. Last 5 breaths. Bringing our right hand right in front of our face. Pushing into the sky as we inhale, the left hand up to the sky. A full inhale and exhale. And planting our left hand back to the ground. Here we're coming into our final and longest pose. We'll be here for about 5 minutes. You can take your block. We're going to be in child's pose, balasna. And to do this, you can either come into our full child's pose with your forehead to the ground. Or one thing I like to do, especially in the morning, keeping my legs wide on the mat. My forehead, I like to rest on the block and just really melt into that pose. So finding whichever one works for you. Child's pose with your hands out, forehead on the block, or hands by your feet, and settle in. A great way to just finish off a class, waking up the whole body. Not stressing about anything else that's about to happen, but staying in this moment here and now on our mat, feeling our body awaken and come online. ready to support us for whatever we're about to face. If your head's on the block, with every inhale and exhale, just melt further into the seat bones, the hips. Just melt into the pose, letting go. Feeling more awake and alive. Keep breathing deeper into this pose. Tuning into your inhales and your exhales. a poem for honoring new life by Pixie Lighthorse. Thank you for the abundant life force that pulses within us enthusiastically, welcomes the spring times we are waking up to. It is a blessing to feel the warmth of the sun on our heads and the moist soil of Mother beneath our boots. Thank you for spotted fawns, thorny asparagus, peonies, promising snowmelt, cherry blossoms, and new hash marks on our growth charts. Thank you for fresh buds and green sprigs, early bird song, and chittering squirrels. Thank you for the renewal of our souls with hope as the season turns over. Let us think of every project as precious seeds, guide our hands to plant with love, water the rose with diligence, to treasure the snowing process as much as the impending harvest. May we plant with conscious intention when we have a very good idea. Help our minds align with our hearts to know if it is the one to set in the soil. Let the love drive the plow. Help us see each other as unique creatures, each with special gifts designed to honor life. Remind us to acknowledge and celebrate our innate talents. Find creative ways to celebrate the gifts you've given us in this lifetime. Show us new ways to express ourselves with more truth and clarity. Find us lying on your breast, Mama, under the blue sky nation, sprouting with each raindrop, breathing what the plants breathe, seeing what the birds see, feeling what the rabbits feel, sensing what the snakes sense. Teach us to care for and preserve our invaluable resources. To the snakes, birds, rabbits, deers, and plants continue to thrive as well as the children. Instill in us the belief that we can create a world we can be proud of. Leave the earth more beautiful in the process. Work in our hearts so we were open to sharing our harvest when it comes. Make good scouts of us so when we can follow a path of bliss and leave no trace. Pushing your hands into the ground, coming up into a nice seated posture. Feeling your body feel more alive, loose, expansive. Go ahead and reach our hands up over our heads, palms touching, and bringing our hands down in front of heart center. Inhale, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Thank you for practicing with me today with this lovely yin practice, one of my favorite ways to really hit every corner of the body and awaken it to start whatever I have on the agenda. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the mat next time. Bye.